I grew up in Rochester. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna say that this is a collage because I think that all of my ideas are gonna be extremely sporadic. And I'm not going to be able to say it chronologically enough. I was born in Buffalo, New York. What are people doing for this? Like, is this like my life story? I'm just going to start. I was born in Buffalo, New York. I grew up most of my life in Pittsford, New York. I always liked art as a child. I started doing drawings and cartoons when I was very young. I was shy as a child. Taking things that were in here and just kind of expressing them was a little difficult for me. It was the only way of expression really that I felt really comfortable doing, that I really liked doing. Just cartooning. Is that a phrase, cartooning? I'd always really had an interest in animation and like Pixar. When I was 6 years old, my parents came downstairs one time and found me watching the bonus features to Toy Story. My parents were just shocked. I had the capacity to sit there and just listen to what I didn't even understand, like talking about exactly how they did the animation, frames and coding, and just nothing that a child should be interested in. I remember being extremely interested in the process of making a film. I didn't know that like there was all of this behind the scenes stuff. I loved the film. I need to know everything about this, and I need to know how it was done. I need to increase my knowledge about this thing that I love. It's the best way I can describe what I must have been thinking then, because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Anyway, later down the road, I ended up getting like a DSi, and I started doing stop motion videos on that. They allowed me to be even more creative. I slowly transitioned from that to like live action type filmmaking, and I wrote little tiny stories. They ended up getting better, I guess. I'm majoring in this, so I hope they're better. What do I like? This is just things that I love, I guess. This is where the collage part comes in, because I have no idea how I'm going to fit this into a chronological storyline progression of my life. I went from not knowing what popular music was to listening to the like most popular mainstream music on the radio to finding my niche in like electronic music when I was like in late middle school, early high school. I started expanding into like alternative stuff and like acoustics and like Jack Johnson to Skrillex. Is like that's the range of where my music taste goes. My favorite artist is John Bellion. I love The Human Condition and like every other album that came before that. My favorite movies, I have 2 posters hanging on the wall, one for Baby Driver, the other one for Stranger Things. I think they're both awesome works of art. Awesome being like the literal, like they're just so cool. Favorite directors, Christopher Nolan, Shane Carruth. Films that I want to make, I just really want to make things that are like gripping, is that the word? That really grab the audience. Well, if you grab something, you gotta have a grip, so it has to be gripping. What was the assignment? I'm gonna look up the assignment real fast. Create a self-portrait, giving us a sense of who you are using objects and images appropriated from magazines, internet, etc. If suitable, assemble in a creative way. I think I did this right.